JB, female bodybuilding channel, and we were watching the nationals last weekend.
Yeah.
And we were looking for women bodybuilders and women bodybuilders and women bodybuilders because we were the female bodybuilding channel. We saw physique girl after physique girl after physique girl and some figure girl. And then finally, we saw a female bodybuilder, Casey McJunkin.
Yes.
Look on.
Thank you for you didn't win, sadly, but you represented at least women's bodybuilding. Of course, we need a little bit more size, but the structure, the shape was of women's bodybuilding. Thank you for giving us some hope for the nationals.
Yes.
How was your nationals experience for you?
It was awesome. Like, it was honestly, like, regardless of whether I won or anything of that sort, just being there and being surrounded by, people and other women that are in this and do it, it was like amazing because I'm from South Carolina, which I don't know if y'all know much about South Carolina, but there's not much around here. So being in a place that, everyone had, was like-minded and wanted the same thing, it was an awesome experience.
For people, we're going to obviously show some pictures and some videos, but we saw the structure. It's very nice flow, JB, correct? The front lat spread, especially, the flow. And it has that women's bodybuilding look to it. But how old are you? Because you're looking very young.
I'm 21 years old. I just turned 21 in July, too. So
wow.
That's good. That's good. That means, quickly before we go into the nationals and a little bit the future plans, and you say you're from a place where there's not so much bodybuilding. So how did you fall in love with women's bodybuilding, and how did you go that route?
So I've pretty much been an athlete my entire life. I played softball and basketball my entire life. I always loved being strong. Like, I was always the person on the team. Like, I was going to carry the weight. So that kind of transferred over into everything. I got diagnosed with a bone disease when I was 15, had knee surgery, and had to learn how to re-walk again and everything. And so after that, I started like really getting into weightlifting and everything. Doctor was like, this is really going to help you long term. And I just fell in love with it. So, sophomore year of high school, I just started going hard. I was meal planning, everything that sort. And since then, it's just been straight bodybuilding.
You were getting ready for your first bikini show then, I would imagine.
Pretty much, yeah. I was not very big. I gained a lot of weight from being in a wheelchair for a good minute. So I initially, starting out, it was just to get weight off and everything, be muscular, do stuff. I played college softball, so I wanted to be the best in my craft, and ended up almost not playing college softball because I wanted to focus on bodybuilding. So I finished it out and everything, but after that, I was, head down, straight forward.
And that was age?
I was in college playing softball. I was 18, 19. So I started training specifically for bodybuilding around 15, 16.
Okay. So when you were at 18, 19, when you were finished with college, and this is when Miss Olympia women's bodybuilding was finally made its glorious return, maybe a year after. And what, because you now seen the modern day women bodybuilding, you probably haven't seen much of the old women's bodybuilding, but how did that react to you to see the Miss Olympia, that it was like a division, you saw it on TV, that there was something actually called Miss Olympia, and how was that for you?
It was like I said, like, I've always like wanted to be strong. I wanted to be muscular. So like seeing that, there was, this division out there that wasn't petite and like wasn't afraid of putting on muscle, like it just attracted me so much. I just like wanted to be, up there with them. I wanted to look like them, be the best next thing. But it really like gave me hope that, hey, like I do have potential to like, go big, be this big mass monster that I've always wanted to be, and like get on stage and,
JB,
be appreciated for it.
Yeah. So. But did you know, as a 20-year-old from a town with not much bodybuilding, did you know what it takes to become a mass monster, as you say? Because there's a lot of things you need to do that maybe did you
Yeah.
know about that type of the dark side? Did you know about those
The
things?
dark side. Well, I mean, initially, yes. Like, obviously,
Okay.
I knew people. Like, it was more like kind of like the gym bro talk kind of stuff. Like,
Okay.
oh, trend or test and stuff like that. But I didn't run my first cycle until this past year. So,
Okay. It was your first thing, and
yeah,
for
yeah.
people, your coach Nassim, not going to go into detail
Mhm.
what, but we know him well, and he's known for at least being as safe as you can with that part.
Yes, and that was the thing. Like, we didn't want to go crazy or anything, and we didn't do anything crazy. It's like we want to, we want longevity in this sport. I'm 21 years old, so like if I could, go Olympia after Olympia for years and to create, titles like Andreas Shaw has, like that's what I want to do. So.
Was it exciting to finally start though?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was like years of waiting because like, I could have went and got on stage at 18, 19, did okay, but like I told myself really early on, I don't want to get on stage until like, I'm there, like, and I'm confident in my package, and just want to keep getting better. So, but besides that, yeah, it was a hard, couple like 5 years waiting and everything, but I'm glad I waited.
Yeah. Does your parents support this?
I mean, to an extent. My mom's a nurse. My dad, he's a piping designer. So, mom, on the medical side, she's just,
Yeah.
a little weary about. She just wants me to be safe. But,
Mm.
I'd say they're not the biggest fan, but they support me because they love me. So I'd say that much. But,
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
not too big fans of it, I'd say.
Okay. We saw some great pictures of you. What show did you win before the nationals?
So I did a little warm up show at the Quincy Adams show in North Carolina, and I placed first in True Novice. And then I went to the Carolina State Championship, and I placed overall in women's physique and women's bodybuilding.
Mhm.
So that was my first two little openers and everything, which was I'm glad I did both. Stage time was definitely needed for me because if I had gotten up there, at nationals after one show, I would have been a little like scared little thing. So,
Mhm.
but
Uh,
it was awesome.
for the nationals, you look good, but did you think you peaked? Were you happy with your conditioning? Could you have been drier? But also,
Um,
you're very young, so it's not so easy to
mhm,
be that dry. It
right.
takes time. So, how
hmm
was your reaction as a 21-year-old? Because it's not so easy getting shredded glutes
hmm
at 21. But how
Right.
was your reaction from it?
I mean, I wanted more. Obviously, I wanted to look better. I mean, I think probably every athlete that sees is like, oh, I want to be better. But obviously, I knew coming in, I wanted more conditioning. I knew that ahead of time, especially my back half. My glutes and hands were just being stubborn as all out. The last couple weeks and everything, we started getting tied in pretty well, but a few more weeks. But also, my body's just tired. So, two shows back to back, peak weeks, everything of that sort. Gonna have a lot of inflammation, gonna have a lot of water, stuff like that. And like you said, I'm young, so that muscle maturity and everything is not gonna be as out there. But the biggest thing is I would have liked to come in a little drier, a little more conditioned. But besides that, I was pretty happy with my package.
JB, before you go into the personal questions, what's next now? No, JB, get some personal questions first.
Yeah, of course. Okay, you said you have come from the sportive background,
Mhm.
and did you have time to get some for a living, get a job or something else, or just do your stuff and yeah, get some money? I don't know where.
Well, right now, and everything, I'm working as like personal training, stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. I do my online business. I train athletes across the country online. I work at a little gym called Sports Club and Wellness in Greenville, South Carolina, which is a little fun place. I work with a lot of older clients, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Just getting them off their feet. I really enjoy working with like older people, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Rehabilitation, which is kind of funny because I'm like a little stack of muscle walking around with this like little old woman, but I love it. And then besides that, I do some like online researching stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of building myself up. I'm so young. I have so much opportunities go in every different way. So, just really trying to figure out the right path and everything for me.
Okay, so you're not sure yet if you're gonna stay in the business or move on to maybe study or go to college or something?
I probably will end up going and finishing my degree. I have my Associates of Science right now,
Okay.
so I want to probably go ahead and go and get my bachelor's in exercise science just to have it in case I do want to go get a different job or want more credentials. But with what I'm doing right now, Associate of Science and then certified nutritionist, certified trainer, so it's pretty set right now.
Yeah, that's a good base, I think, yes,
Yeah.
to move on. And you stay in this kind of stuff you like and you love, so it's great stuff.
Yes.
We saw before, we saw on some stickers on your laptop. You are into skating or stuff, or it's just kind of music?
It comes with the music, I think, kind of like
Yeah.
that, 70s, 80s aesthetic kind of stuff. I love like the rock bands, kind of grungy kind of stuff.
Cool.
Just that kind of thing. Yeah, I love some rock music, stuff like that.
We don't want any skateboarding to a future Miss Olympia. Are you crazy?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
my friends ask me all the time, like, you want to go roller skating or stuff like that? And I'm like, no, I'd rather not.
But we have a role model in women's physique who comes from a skating background,
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, that's so
Who is
cool.
that, JB? Is that
Alyssa Kiesling?
okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Alyssa. Yeah.
She's
She's
skating,
coached by the team too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got the women's bodybuilding show out of the way, the first shows, and what are we going to do now? Are we going to use 2 years to pack on size, or are we going to go again next year?
So I think our plan as of right now, we're going to go again next year, try to get my card. We're really looking at junior nationals in June. We're thinking short little recomp and everything.
In June already?
Yeah, in June. So it's either going to be June or it's going to be August. So we'll do either junior nationals in June or we're going to go North Americans in, I want to say, August.
Yeah.
But it really depends on how we're looking, how we're feeling. Everything's kind of, the
Is that
stage is
against
always
women's bodybuilders, or is it against more shredded women's physique girls, you think?
I think we want to do both, but initially, like personally, I wanted to go just bodybuilding. I feel like I sit more like better in that category anyways. But like if we can come in there super shredded, get some shredded glutes in there and go do women's physique and women's bodybuilding, then like sure, let's do it,
Okay.
Doors are open.
Yeah. And how many pro cards is it at the event?
So I think they give out one for each class in women's physique, and then I think one overall for women's bodybuilding.
Okay. So that means you are straight into rebound off season, get big face right now. Is this correct?
Yes, you were in off season. He just sent my new plan over this morning, so we're working everything back. Gonna get my metabolism going again. Do some health markers and get it going.
Yeah, good. How many calories are you eating right away then?
Right now, I think we're sitting around 1,600 bumping back up, and then we're probably going to get up to. We were sitting around 4,000 peak last couple months. My peak bulk, so we'll probably cruise around there.
Are you an eater or you're a complainer with food?
Oh, I'm an eater. I'm not too big. I'm kind of like there's a video of Jay Cutler, and he's like, you don't eat it for the taste, you just eat it, and that's pretty much how I am. So
yeah. Were you growing up with more the Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman videos, I would imagine?
Yeah, I always loved Jay Cutler. Mike Mincer was like one of my favorites. I really got into Ronnie Coleman, especially in like high school. He was kind of like the big thing, I guess you could say. I graduated in 2021, so I'm a youngin, but when I was first coming up, it was like more the Gymshark era, stuff like that. So
The
I was
Gymshark era.
Oh,
no, we don't like
that was kind of like my first introduction.
People, huh?
Yeah, it was kind of my first introduction and everything, which I got out my Gymshark phase pretty quick. But
you don't seem like a person that would be into the Gymshark, but you were moving transition in your life.
Yeah, I think it was just like that was the trend at that point of me coming up in the gym and everything. So, but like once I got kind of like, more into the community, I was like, I don't think I like this.
That
So
seems,
So,
that seems like it's one of the
women's
biggest.
bodybuilding,
mhm,
we have different parts of style of women's bodybuilding. As you know, we have the feminine, elegant, more
mhm,
aesthetic. We have the
mhm.
big, freaky, more. I want to use the word masculine, but a little bit more. The emphasis is not so much on the
Yeah.
femininity thing. We
Mhm.
have bigger. We have more. What's the type of women bodybuilding style you like, and who inspires you right now amongst the pros?
Alyssa Kiesling, obviously, she was like honestly one of the first ones I kind of like discovered really like young off. I love Andrea and everything. A big thing for me, I guess, aesthetics wise, I want to be classic, kind of like Alyssa, how she brings in the classic and everything. I
Okay.
want to be kind of like that, that 70s, 80s like aesthetic of bodybuilding, kind of just like, that classic era. I want to bring that back into, women's bodybuilding, kind of, remake it. I love the, keep it feminine, but also like make it classical, because, we're up there with a bunch of muscle and everything of that sort. Like, we want to be able to, it's not a beauty pageant for us. Like we're also, up there to show off how hard we worked and everything. So I think that I lean more towards kind of like this cinematic, just classical, like almost like watching a movie, like superhero kind of like aesthetic thing. So that's kind of where
we
I'm
get
sitting.
we get hate DMs when we say it's not a beauty pageant. We get hated for it. I don't know. You got to be careful. You know
Yeah.
the powers that be are trying to push the beauty pageant thing. But okay,
Yeah.
well,
No,
okay.
no.
So this means we're off season,
hmm
starting rebound all this, and then we're going into the pro qualifier in August, July.
Yeah, it'll be June is the NPC National or the Junior Nationals, and August will be North Americans.
Okay. How will you keep fans now that you become a big international star? Remember, you're going to get thousands of views on this episode, so people are expecting to see big things. And
hmm
every female bodybuilder, amateur we've ever interviewed, ever has
hmm
always turned pro the next show.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
there's never been an amateur female bodybuilder that the female bodybuilding channel has interviewed that's not turned pro, meaning you have pressure now to turn pro, and pressure, what is it, a privilege or whatever
good,
the gimmick is.
good.
So that
Yeah,
means you're turning pro, but how are you going to inspire the fans leading up to the show?
right. And like you said, like the pressure is a privilege. Like
Yes.
honestly, like it's such a privilege to be in this position, and like growing up, like you didn't have that pressure, and now it's like here, and it's like you have the ability to really do something in this sport, and it's
Yes.
like for a while I had like this kind of imposter syndrome. It's like, oh well, I look good, but like I don't, kind of like that in and out of confidence, and now it's like I want to be Miss Olympia one day, and I
Mhm.
am going to do everything I can in my power to get there. I don't want to take the easy way out. I've never been that type of person. I kind of have this soldier mindset, but like I want to change the female bodybuilding world for like the better, and just like come in here and absolutely just like wreck the damn place. Like, I love what I do. I really do. Like I love every aspect of this. I love watching it. I like it's on my mind 24/7. I think if you have so much love for something, like you will do everything in your power to achieve it. So I think motivating others, do it because you love it, not because like, you just want to, but because you love it.
JB, before you ask the ending question, two things about that. Casey, you remind me of, this is a compliment, your attitude of Martin Fitzwater, if you know
hmm
him.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I'm really close with him. The way you're speaking, that's
hmm
exactly how he's speaking. And he came from being hated on in 2022
hmm
to becoming the big thing of bodybuilding right now with $10,000 contract and being the
Right.
big name. And with this type of attitude. You remind me, so that's a very good thing. And the second of all, I hope you keep this enthusiasm, because a lot of the girls, as they get older, that enthusiasm disappears and it becomes a little bit different. So I hope you keep this enthusiasm and energy up, this youthful energy, and I hope you do it because you love it. And your mindset right now looks very good. I can feel it, and I can feel the passion. And I hope you stick with it, Casey.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I love it. And like I said, like I just have so much passion. Like even coming out for this competition, like I had not one bit of sadness. It just made me want to get out there and be better and do more.
Good. JB?
Okay. I didn't ask that question before, but now we are heading to the ending of the year. Do you have one specific New Year's resolution you want to achieve definitely in 2025?
That's not bodybuilding related.
That's not bodybuilding related. I really want to start picking up my piano and guitar again and start playing. I'm really big into music and everything, like I was talking about. So I play piano and guitar. So I really want to pick that up again, do some more like, little stuff for me besides, make myself a little bit more well-rounded other than just the muscles and everything. So I really want to pick up my guitar again and, my instruments and kind of do that again. So
okay, so you have to promise us when you get the pro card in next year, you have to play for us in video.
Okay, deal. Yeah, I'll bring my guitar after I win my pro card and play on stage.
Yeah.
And exclusively for us, for YouTube.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Casey. And we're excited for the future. And thank you for taking the time. And we're excited that some new fresh blood, because we need it in women's bodybuilding, especially in America, because we haven't seen so many new fresh blood. So this is exciting. And enjoy Christmas, and I hope you can eat some calories and not think about the diet on the 24th and 25th, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.